1, 2, 3, go. I heard nothing.
Oh.
Well, I think that means it's perfect.
Or it was completely fucked.
Or just nobody did it.
In the last episode, after chasing away the remaining astrals, our heroes were able to get a few hours of rest before heading out for their final encounter in the Hanami forest. Joined by Sergeant Arnie and a mix of the remaining troops, they descended down the vines and started their trek up north. First stopping at the tree they burnt a few days ago, they investigated the sinkhole, only to discover a hidden bunker underneath the carved-out trunk. Stumbling on human bones and a pair of sweet boots, they eventually found a journal under one of the cots. Once owned by Corporal Oliver Parts, it relayed a message to King Dupont about another invasion that occurred back in the year 256, well over 5 centuries ago. After their discovery, they continued due north for a number of miles until they reached their destination, a huge cherry blossom tree shading a pool of berry-stained water. After a surprise snatch from the giant astral they saw it just a few hours prior, the beast was ready to defend its pool. However, our group of 10 bullied the nerd out of the water and reclaimed the kiddie pool for themselves. They now find themselves standing in front of the entrance to a cavern, now with a fresh coat of yellow ooze. Welcome back to Retrograde, a D&D campaign by Fudge Droll. I'm your Funk Master, Derek Day, and joining me is Andrew Akers, who is present, Ty Sheets.
How are you doing?
Who is present?
Ian Jones.
Hey.
And Jesse Wagner.
Play that funky music, white boy.
You guys are still just standing either on the stairs or right underneath the pool of water.
So I think at this point I was still laying on the ground next to, because Arnie and I had fallen.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna slowly stand up. Is it over?
He looks around. It looks like it. And then he pulls his hand away from your shoulder.
Yeah.
You realize it was left there a little too long.
Yeah. I'm sorry I went off on you earlier. The whole thing with New Haven kind of threw me off a little bit. I shouldn't have snapped at you.
No, I understand. You are right though. Maybe it is a good idea to question what's going on. I don't.
Definitely. After we get back, I'm going to have to talk to Silver. Do you mind being there for that, just to back me up, just in case?
Yeah, no problem. You got to talk to Silver, though. It has to be Silver.
I think so. I plan on going to Cirrus, I think, at some point sooner or later, so it only makes sense. But we could talk about this later. Let's go up top and investigate, see how everyone else is doing.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Just not looking forward to that voice.
Yeah. And then I'm going to jog up the stairs and around the corpses of the astrals up to where everyone else is.
Roll a dexterity.
Is Felix still a natural 20?
Damn. All right. Yeah, you didn't trip over a foot or anything. Felix.
Are you still a giant ape?
Well, I'm going to change back into Felix form. I want to first find the dead astral that had the plasma shooter that I had also already taken off of a body.
Yes.
Where did
there was
that
one
come
down below?
It's a friend's cat.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to see how many shots that they had on their body.
You
Like how many rounds?
left inside of it?
Well, do they not carry any extra
Oh,
rounds?
hell yeah.
No,
That's a cool spell.
Oh, they don't carry any extra rounds?
no. It's just like
It's like you use it and then you throw the gun away?
it's like a single, not a single charge, but like a coil. And once the shots are out, once it's burned out,
useless.
once it's burned, it's useless.
You need to crank it again.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna like hold it up and say, "Does anyone want this thing?"
It's two-handed.
It is two-handed.
It is two-handed.
I guess I could take it and bring it back to New Haven with me. I'm sure DuPont might have a couple questions.
Yeah, but it could be useful. Do you want to shoot it first and then give it to him when it's not shootable?
If you're handing it to me, I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to look over at the destruction caused in your giant monkey's wake, and that was actually really impressive. I'm not going to lie.
In the meantime, I know I'm down below. Can I walk up the side, like using the spider boots, and just kind of chill up on top of like right next to Big Daddy Felix?
He just walks.
Oh, I'm not a big daddy anymore. Well, I mean, I'm always the big daddy, but
Little Daddy Felix.
Yeah, when I first had met you guys, I wasn't too sure. You didn't strike me as maybe the most professional group, but I can definitely see now, and I think it speaks on behalf of DuPont's wisdom, that you guys very clearly get shit done, and he must have seen something in you guys from the start that I had missed. And I'm sorry for underestimating you, because I'm gonna look at the Astral again. That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
just goes to show you not to judge a pair of boxers by their shit stains.
Hey.
What
Agreed.
boxers? You don't wear underwear.
I just meant
It's a saying, Derek.
yeah.
I'm going to walk into the hall.
I'm gonna put my arm out and just kind of mentally call forth for the bone whip for it to come out of the astral's body and just slither up onto my hand.
I would like to approach the body of the astral. Is the water deep enough that it's like submerged, or is it still like shallow enough that its head's sticking out?
Yeah, its head sticking out. When you first arrived, the part that you saw was the top half of its head. That was it fully submerged. So it's still, its head is a little more out than usual.
Okay. What I'm asking, because I want to cut the film off of its eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that.
Okay. I'm going to pull out the dick knife and start hacking away.
Oh, that was the worst sound. Real quick question. The bone whip, how long does that stay animated for?
10 minutes.
Is it so it's like crawling around?
Because we did determine that whenever you use that, it grows a fucking eyes and a mouth.
Oh, it does. Yeah, they can talk.
Oh, God, is it just like screaming?
And fucking chunky arms. Or was that just the rockets?
Yeah, they can have arms too, but no, the bone whip, when it comes to them, from Penelope's perspective.
This.
Ow!
Hey, buddy. How? Sorry about that. You're
Hey, buddy.
doing all right.
Much longer.
You only have like 2 more minutes of life.
Existence is pain.
I'm going to look down at the rest of the guards, because I know that one of them got killed.
Mm-hmm.
One of them got killed?
2 of them did.
One of them got evaporated
Yeah.
by I don't know about the state of the rest of them. So how are you all doing?
Screaming. all
I'm looking over the edge because I'm assuming they're still standing down below.
Yeah, there's 2 still left from the outpost. Well, I guess 3 from the outpost, including Arnie. So they're helping each other up. They're fine. The other two, though, from Cirrus are kind of hurt. They're not standing up yet. Their third was the one that was killed off.
I'm gonna yell down where
on death's door hurt.
I'm gonna.
Not death's door, but like pretty injured. They're gonna need a bit.
I'm gonna yell down the hole that Iron Hammer is going down. Hey, when you get a moment, do you mind coming down and healing some of these guards that they might need it?
Yeah, I'll do it when I get back.
All right.
I really think that you should not go down the hole by yourself.
Yeah, we can all go together. But we should make sure that there's not any more any of the smaller ones that's gonna come in and trap us in there or anything.
Or there's not like a fucking million of them waiting in there.
Right, exactly.
Or egg sacs.
True. But
Because I have a feeling there's egg sacs.
What do they put babies in us?
Yeah. That
first things
explode
first,
out of our
though,
chest.
Yeah, I had a weird dream where they're popping out of my chest.
Still talking to the guards. That one, he died valiantly. What was his name?
That was Zachariah.
How long has he been
I'm
dead?
sorry. No, he's evaporated. He is.
He was the plasma caster one.
Can you use Revivify in a pile of ashes?
Would
No,
he have liked any?
he's not worth it. Never mind.
Is there any kind of special service or anything that those in Cirrus follow? Is there any farewell that you would like for us to do for him before we continue on? Maybe we can gather the ashes and bring them back home.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Yeah, we will take the ashes back up and perform a service for him on top of the portal.
Do you need help gathering the ashes? I mean,
No, we should be good unless you have like a really tiny brush.
like a stop back.
Shot back with a sock on the end of it.
I'm gonna pull out one of my empty vials and just kind of toss to him, like, here, here's something to put him in.
He'll catch it. Thank you. He'll kneel down and start scooping up as much as he can.
I probably
vial.
have like a trowel in my herbalism kit. I would imagine, but I'm not going to mention it. I'm too
They
worried
can use
about
their hands.
I'm too worried about cutting off the eye skin.
All right. Well, if I've lost friends in the line of duty as well, so if there's anything that you need help with, just don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you. We appreciate your help and offer our thanks to New Haven.
I'm going to turn away and I'm just going to kind of half watch Felix and kind of look over this body as well to see if it's something that I think would be feasible to transport if I need to take any parts of it back to New Haven. I know it's massive, but I might like quarter it.
Oh yeah, he's going to want proof that this thing's dead, isn't he?
Yeah. And
We have his trusted advisor. Fuck that.
No, that's correct. But the job is to bring back parts of the Astrals. So, and this one is a lot larger than the one you guys brought back last time. I do have a cart that we left at the outpost along with 2 horses, so it could drag along quite a bit, but nothing this size. So we'll probably just have to take it back in pieces.
We have a bunch of little bodies.
I understand that, and maybe we can take one of those as well. Maybe like a younger one,
the little bodies,
and an adolescent one. But I think that if they're going to be studying this, they want to understand the stages of growth. And I mean, this is the biggest one we've seen.
2 questions. We established the my dildo sword. It wasn't when I threw it. It wasn't in the area.
No, it is not currently outside. As far as you have seen.
And then, do the astrals have any reproductive organs?
I don't think we've determined that yet.
I don't think we have.
Roll a d12.
If no,
Roll a d100.
yeah. If
You see
you
those wiggly things on his back?
if you'd like to inspect, you can roll a nature check.
I am going to inspect 23.
Oh,
Which one are you looking at?
I want to look at the big one.
In that case, somebody will need to roll me strength so that you can get to that area. He is not currently presenting to you.
So if I'm seeing Penelope looking over this body, which is exactly what I was doing. So do you need help with whatever you're doing? I'm trying to figure out what pieces to take back to DuPont. So if you want to help me take this thing back.
I was just looking for any, kind of keepsakes or anything to take along.
A tooth or something.
Yeah, sure, a tooth. I was thinking something a little bit more personal, but yes, a tooth.
More personal than a tooth. I'm not even going to say anything more. I'm just going to help him move this thing. Are you done with doing what you were doing, Felix?
I don't know. Am I done doing what I'm
sorry,
doing?
yes.
You didn't have me roll or anything.
No, yeah, you got the film. It's
Okay.
it's huge. Even if you,
I was going to say, compared to what we gathered before, like this could obviously. Oh, do I know about Top Knox glasses? I don't remember whether. Okay.
Yeah.
So me knowing that, like, this film might be enough to do what we need to do. Okay.
Yeah, you know that.
I'm going to fold it up and put it in my pouch.
yeah. Yeah, I would say even if you made a mistake, there's still so much remaining.
Okay. So I film.
And while I'm helping Penelope kind of move this thing around, I'm going to yell back over to the guards. You guys take your time, but whenever you're ready, we're going to meet back up here and we're going to send a couple of us into the cave and find out what's going on in there.
Arnie will say, my guys will be ready if you need us.
Okay, stand by. Let's figure out what's going on with this astral first. All right, Penelope, and I'm going to push it over. Help push it over. What are you doing?
Do we both need to roll strength checks for this?
Yeah, roll me strengths.
18.
15. Sorry, 14.
Yeah, you guys are able to get on, I'd say either end of its back and heave ho until it flops over and is face down, butt up. I'm going to keep it PG right now.
Can we try to pull it out of the water?
Yeah, I mean, what direction? How do you want to pull it out?
Just whatever we can grab and then just pull it out to where it's a little bit drier. Because if I'm planning at this point to cut it up, so I don't want to do that and then have all that blood leaking into where I'm standing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll say you can actually push it over the side of the pool to where it lands in a shallow area of the stream. It's not moving; it's still on land, but it is now face down at this point, lying on the ground with its yellow blood staining the
Hi, Ashley.
stream.
Yeah.
I was going to say hi to Mariah earlier, but when she walked past, but then there were people here.
Oh, it's okay.
Good
Hi, Mariah.
excuse.
They all said hi.
Hi, Alec.
We didn't all
true.
say hi.
We didn't all say hi.
They all did. And what were you saying?
You're still lying to her.
Iron Hammer, are you heading inside?
Yeah.
All right. Is it dark inside? Can we see where it ends, or does it kind of go in a ways?
Yes, it goes in a ways. So Iron Hammer and Felix, would be able to see in. But Stenwick, for you, it's dark after about 5 feet in.
Ironhammer, do you mind doing that thing you do with your shield? If not, I can light up a torch, but I think your way is a lot more effective.
Nah, I'll do it. What's your favorite color?
Ooh, like a greenish blue, turquoise, aquamarine sea foam.
I do exactly that as described on my shield.
Perfect. You now have that color of light on your shield. Stenwick, you can see, I can't even remember all the colors you said. Seafoam, green, turquoise.
Yeah, it's like a greenish blue, seafoam, aquamarine, turquoise.
Right.
Kind of color.
Ever think of opening a paint shop?
I've just always been good with colors.
That color right there.
It's kind of, it's like that color.
Okay, two things. What does it mean to be good with color? And 2, was that a butt plug?
No,
That's what I was going to ask.
no, it's something from Mariah's cricket.
I don't know. Some people are not good with colors. Other people are good with colors. Like Andrew in real life, I only know like 3 colors. Everything else is just a variation of that color. But Stenwick, he's like freaking.
He's got an extra rod in his eyes. You can see like.
Yeah, he's like a Sherwin Williams.
Yeah, that's his nickname in high school.
You're the best improv actor I've ever heard. Andrew in real life doesn't know colors, but his character does. And then immediately forgets it after recording's done.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly. This smells good.
Thank you.
I worked really hard on it.
Same.
All right. How large is this cave?
So Stenwick, once you
7 butterflies.
step inside, the seafoam light illuminates the cavern, and you can see all the way to the end. It's only about 40 feet deep. It's about 20 feet wide.
I'm going to branch off a little bit off to the right side, and then I'm going to pull out my shield and crossbow and just keep an eye out while we're moving forward. But not in the very front, because then it would just be my shadow. So I'm behind Ironhammer still.
Okay. Where would
Just
you
off to
guys
the
like
right.
to go?
I'm going to just kind of walk next to Ironhammer because that's my homie. We're just going to shoot the shit in Dwarvish.
As you guys are walking down the right side,
Fucking hell, it's cold.
it starts to get harder to walk across the ground because what you start stepping into are remains, bones of different races.
Oh, like
Shit.
like people races.
Human, mostly.
Do
Also-
I notice anything of value as I walk?
Oh no,
You grave robbing bastard.
I'm not going to say anything I was looking to.
Does grave robbing become archaeology? How old are the bones?
Yesterday. They still have faces.
What's your question, Ty?
I was just gonna say if Stenwick is like kind of looting the body, I'm just gonna kind of shake my head at him, and that's terrible.
No, I'm not actively rooting through the bones. I'm just looking to see if I catch a glint of anything or.
Do we
Like,
notice his
anything
eyes? Do we
valuable?
notice his eyes like searching the bodies?
I'm looking for anything like defining anything. There could be something hiding in these bones.
You're disgusting.
See, yeah, the thing is, like, you're digging through all these bones
I'm not
and
digging through. I'm walking
you're digging through all the bones and guts.
How high?
Ian, stop. I muted him. You dig through the bones and the guts, which is weird to the other guys because there's nothing else here. Like this looks like a feeding area. So it's just like carcasses, and he's just mashing in there with his little arm.
How high are these up to like me and Felix?
Are we like chest deep?
Yeah, are we just like wading through fucking bones?
Stop. I have a shield in one hand and a crossbow in the other hand. I'm not like I'm just looking.
Are you using your toes?
You're just
Gross. Disgusting. Go head first into these bodies.
Yeah. Bobbing for goodies.
Oh my God. We continue on then. Since I can't. I just thought there was going to be something important about the bones, guys. I was just looking. We know that these astrals had some kind of interaction with the guards at New Haven way back when. Oliver Parks had written about it in his journal. So maybe there's something here from them. I don't know. Just keep your eyes open. Let me know if you see anything out of the ordinary, besides the rest of this place, which is also out of the ordinary. But you know what I mean.
As you continue down, it's a pretty short walk, but you reach the very end of the cavern, and what you see is a large grass spun bed, as well as different pieces of cloth interwoven in it. It's just laying against the far wall, and above it is a wooden sign.
Is the bed like Big Papa sized?
So I was wondering, is it like a person-sized bed or a monster-sized bed?
The bed is Big Papa size bed.
Okay.
No, so this is a pretty fucking big cave then.
I just didn't imagine that these things slept for whatever reason.
Are these symbols anything we would have, like, are these like the other magic astral things we've seen before?
There are a bunch of little beds.
Little beds. Oh, right. No, there are no other smaller beds that you can see.
They all slept together.
Iron Hammer, if you would roll a wisdom check for me.
A good stat for me. That is not a good roll, though. That would be a 9.
And you were asking about the characters on the sign in particular?
Just, are they like the same language as all the other stuff we've been seeing that we can't actually read? Or is it like something totally new?
No, it is the exact same script and everything.
Is it moving? Like, since it's carved onto a sign, is it moving like the other characters moved?
No, these are not moving. It looks like the same kind of sign as the carved out tree from a few days ago.
Okay.
Different thing written on it, but same language and script and everything.
Right.
Felix, you're magic, right? Like you could do a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Aren't you able to, I don't know, is there a spell or something you could cast to be able to understand what this means?
So most of my music is natural. Most of my magic is natural. So
Can you talk to the wooden sign? It was once a tree.
I could commune with nature.
Still getting used to this whole magic thing. God, that's so weird. You could talk to like plants and shit.
Yeah, dog.
Fucking weird.
Are there any plants in this room? Besides, I mean, the bed, but I don't imagine that grass is living.
I mean, there's patches of moss.
Can you like talk to this moss?
I mean, I could. What do you want to know? It's also a 5th level spell, and I've only got one of them, so fuck off. Unless it's like,
okay,
where'd the murderer go?
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I was just spitballing. I don't know what a 5th level versus I didn't know there were levels or anything.
It's a really strong spell, and I was already a big monkey, and I mean, my back hurts from carrying all you guys.
Listen, if you weren't 100% right, I would be very offended right now.
Remembering something that my my little buddy used to do. Do I have any paper or writing utensils on me? I guess that's something I should know.
Thank you so much, because I wanted to do it as Stenwick, but Stenwick wouldn't do it. Like, it was a top knot thing. So I'm really happy you remembered.
But I do not have, I mean, it's not in my inventory. So I'm going to pull out my.
I have charcoal as part of my spellcasting components.
Wait a minute here.
Don't you have an herbalism kit?
I do.
That doesn't have paper in it?
I don't know. But here's the thing. How big is this wooden sign?
Can you just take the sign with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, can I just pop it off the wall?
If you'd like to.
Oh, fuck it.
Is it a big daddy size sign?
It's my sign now.
Yeah, just roll me a strength.
Oh, good thing Felix is no longer a -1 strength.
Is that?
I'm gonna help you.
14. Yeah, I upgraded my strength because I couldn't stand being -1 anymore.
Yes, Felix, you walk over to the sign, gripping on both ends, and yank it off. It comes off pretty easily.
So you're saying I jerk it off pretty easy?
You jerk it off pretty easy, but you pull with such strength that you throw yourself into the bed, the grass woven bed.
Is it comfy?
It is pretty comfy.
I fall asleep.
You fall asleep immediately. Great. Okay.
What the fuck? So weird.
I'm like spooning the sign.
I'm gonna look around the room for anything of value.
Same.
Stenwick, if you want to roll me a perception.
Maybe an investigation.
Investigation, yeah.
Heck yeah, I can. I rolled a 15 plus 2. 17.
You noticed when Felix landed with the sign onto the bed, a decent amount of like grass, feathers, different plants flew out just from it not being used that intensely in a while. But you also noticed that some of the cloth came out, and you saw the insignia of New Haven.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up, I guess. Is it? It's just a small piece of cloth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple different ones, a couple pieces of cloth with that insignia on it.
Oh man, these creatures are like scavengers or something. And I'm just gonna ball the cloth up and put it in my pocket. There was nothing else on it, right? Besides the insignia.
No, it was just that. I mean, patches of blood.
Yeah.
But then there, you don't see anything else at the end of this cavern. But there is still the other wall that you haven't passed by yet.
All right. Well, I don't think there's anything left to see here in this room, so I think we finish up and start heading back.
Felix is going to roll over and sit up.
Micro nap complete.
That was a good power nap. One might even call it a short rest.
One might.
No.
However, this one does not.
All right. Where's this other wall you were talking about?
Yeah, so now traveling on the left-sided wall, although it would now be on your right, to exit the cavern. Lining this wall is a collection of the Astrals' weapons and tools.
Oh.
So it's mostly spears and what other
plasma cannons.
Spears.
There's like nothing in between. They have spears and plasma cannons.
Right? Like,
what did we decide to call the plasma cannons? Since we don't actually know what either of those words are.
Oh, we talked about that last game.
Yeah.
The boom stick or something.
Was it a boom stick?
Oh, right. Jesse thought of a word for
boom
it.
stick.
what did I say?
You did
I
say
remember
something.
what you decided last time.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Because the first thing that came to mind now was the goo shooter.
The goose shooter. Jesus.
How many plasma cannons do we see?
What you see are, I'll give you 10 spears, 5 net guns, 3 goo shooters,
Jesus. Giving us a lot of shit.
3 wrist blades.
Wrist blade.
Oh, I forgot I got one of those.
Yeah, I think you already grabbed one of those.
Yeah, I have one. I'm like the Assassin's Creed dude now.
What the heck?
Is that what they are? Like Assassin's Creed weapons, okay.
Yep, exactly.
Like retractable and everything?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm going to take one of those because I'm pretty sure I'm going to stab myself with it. Like
Hey,
falling off a
can I
cliff
grab
or
a
something.
wrist blade?
I'll take a neck gun for sure, though.
I will also take one of each.
All I care about is the wrist blade.
I don't need the goose shooter because my dexterity is probably terrible and I can't aim it.
I think whatever we don't take here, we'll make sure the guards take back to Cirrus. They could.
Yeah, let's just take it all. They can.
Yeah.
The people can use it.
Yeah, I mean,
the
I'm
outpost.
not really. I'm going to be carrying plenty back with that astral, so we could just call the guards in now and have them carry it themselves.
Were we
Let's
able to
distribute stuff to the
ascertain
guards.
how many shots are in like a full goo shooter?
Yes. Yeah, I'll tell you, there are 10 shots in the goo shooter. You also, what I'll say you is you guys also notice one more thing. It is a decently sized woven sheet, again, made out of the cloth, grass, different plants. And it's covering a collection of something. It looks like there's like 3 or 4 decent size like box shaped things
I'm gonna
underneath of it.
I'm gonna yank it off.
Roll me a dexterity.
You won a new car. Oof, 5.
I'm just going to step back as this is happening.
I found the egg sacs, boys.
Smash.
Ty, how much damage does the dildo sword do?
Well then,
It was 1d8 or 1d10 plus 3.
Felix, walking up to this woven sheet, you rip it off. Excited to see what lies underneath, and you are instead met with a baby astral holding the dildo sword, who and gets you right in the upper right thigh, and you take 8 points of damage.
Oh shit! All right,
And it is now stuck inside because this thing cannot hold it up anymore.
do I get a reaction?
I'd say it's your turn if you'd like to do something.
I'm going to, just out of like sheer fucking confusion, pull out the plasma cannon
Don't hurt it.
and try to fucking blow it away. It just stabbed me in the leg. Fuck you, don't hurt it.
It's just a kid.
Fuck you.
If you'd like to, roll me a hit.
Hell yeah, I'd like to. 17 plus 6, motherfucker.
That hits. Roll me damage.
2d10. 8 points of damage.
How would you like to do it? How would you like to kill this boss?
Head gone. Just out of sheer luck and panic, Felix, pulls this thing up, assuming that he's aiming it correctly, triggering it the right way. Because whenever I was fighting astrals that had him, I was a big old monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, luckily, got this thing off and was aiming in a safe direction, and just cooked this thing's face off.
Fuck, Felix. Fuck. And walk away.
Well, Felix, besides the headless astral, what you find underneath the sheet is also 2 invisibility vests,
Oh,
I definitely need that because I'm a loud boy.
which
How do you find
include
them?
the self-destruction.
Oh God.
wait a minute. The vests have the self-destruction thing on them?
Don't hit the wrong button.
How do we find them if they're invisible? Checkmate, DM.
That's what I said.
I would imagine.
You just kind of figure it out. You kick it a little bit.
Yeah.
I called it a self-destruction belt. It's kind of like a 2-in-1.
So they're together, or
Is the belt visible? Are you
are
just
they
floating?
separate entities?
They are
Floating.
separate.
Okay.
Okay, so there's vests and then there's blowy uppy belts.
Yes.
All right. First, I'm going to turn to Penelope and say, "Here, I think this is yours," and hand him the dildo sword that was. Well, is it still in my leg?
It's still in your leg.
I'm just going to turn to him
And do you want
and
this?
just gesture. Here's your fucking sword.
Say, oh, thanks. I'm going to reach and I'm just going to pull it out.
I'm going to eat a good berry.
I can
The
bonk
rest
you
of
with
the
the healing
guards-
rock if you'd like.
Because the guards at this point, did they come in to gather this stuff? Did they watch what was happening, or did we not call them in yet?
That's up to you guys. Because you found the sheet after all the other gear, so that's up to you if they would have seen it or not.
Because Iron Hammer and I had talked about it. We would have called them in, so they probably would have watched
Yeah.
that whole.
They probably would have walked in right as I blew this fucker's head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have walked in just.
And then they see me pull the sword, the dildo sword, right out of his leg. So they're probably like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they don't get angry or upset with you guys at all, but you can hear them in the back like, "What a fucking job."
So do we know that these belts are self-destruction belts?
We've seen them used.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The one that you covered in goo.
That's right.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
the other one that
We
pressed the button.
ready
Or
to
no,
head out.
did I cut his hands off? Or no, we entangled him before he could press the button. That's right. But I did want one of those for Top Knot. So I'm going to take the 2 belts and the 2 vests. I mean, finders, keepers, losers, weepers. I'm going to toss one of the vests to my homeboy. And I'm also going to keep the other one. What are the properties of these vests? Like, is it like the one ring, you put it on and you're immediately invisible? Or do you have to...
Yep.
Like some fancy words.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit of time to investigate that too,
Yeah, I can identify them when we have time.
because I don't
Yeah.
know how many people in this current party would understand like the mechanical interworkings. If
Right,
it's like if it's magic,
if they're
that's one
magic,
thing.
but
Then yeah. But if it's like
Well, I can cast identify on them
technology.
later and see what
I'm
I can
not
figure out.
volcanic.
Yeah, right now, I'll just say
And I have identified.
you guys don't know.
Well, I'm just gonna put it on and see what happens, I guess.
You explode.
it's a suicide bomber vest.
Felix, when you put the vest or the belt on, either or, nothing, you don't feel anything
I
different.
just put the vest on.
Yeah, you just
I
have.
I did not put the belt on. I've seen what the belt can do. I'm handling it gingerly, but I know that I want one for Top Knot
Okay.
because I know my boy would like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll just say with the vest, it's just on. You'd have to
It's fine.
identify
I'll check it
first.
out. I'll
I'm
check
gonna
it
put it
out
on
later.
under my cloak. No, I'm
Wait,
ready.
did you give me the belt too, or just the vest?
The vest. I guess I'll put the belt in my pack. I'm kind of running out of room. I've got 2 belts.
I feel like Harry Potter now.
All right. There's nothing else in the
8 + 3.
cavern. You guys have gone through everything. So the only thing left is the trek back to the outpost, unless there's anything else on the way.
By the time they make it outside of the cave, I'm just hacking into this larger astral to try to cut it up into more manageable pieces. And I'm going to try to ask the guards for help carrying it through the...
Are those injured guards, like injured, like almost dead injured?
So Ironhammer, yes, they are not almost dead, but I mean, they appreciate fixing their like broken legs.
Before you start cutting that fucker up.
Healing words, however, how many are there?
Two of them are pretty.
Okay, I'll healing word both of them.
You can do it, but they look up at you and kind of surprised. Thank you. We don't know many mountain dwarves that are able to do that. There are not many in Cirrus.
There's not many mountain dwarfs that are as pious as me.
That's because we're hill dwarves.
Hill.
Racist fuck.
You racist.
What? Do all dwarves look alike? Is that what you're telling me?
No, that's not what I mean at all. I'm sorry.
I break his leg.
I'm sorry. I take it back.
Say it again.
Hill dwarf.
All right.
Do you know any hill dwarfs?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I do now.
All right, back to Stenwick. How successful have you been on cutting this thing up?
So,
because I have a method of getting it back.
As soon as I came outside of the cave, I pulled out my scimitar and I am just hacking away at this thing because
Have you guys?
Despite this thing being an astral, I just watched a kid get his head blown off in front of me. So I'm pretty upset.
Have you guys ever
don't
seen
like
that
kids.
video where
I don't like. I'm awkward around. I'm not great with kids. It doesn't mean-
I don't. Yeah, I don't like me to get rid of them all.
I hit the button and like knocked a kid into a dunk tank. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, did that kid stab you in the fucking leg?
No.
Have you guys ever seen that video where they have to remove a beached whale?
Yeah,
And
so they blow it up.
And I'm going to suggest that in character.
That was
to you guys.
I have a diminution potion. I can make it smaller.
No, I would still want to suggest you blow it up.
So
You can take my advice or you can leave it, but it's on the table.
You see me hacking away, Jesse, you offer that, and I stare at you for half a second. I hack away like a couple more times, and then I just turn back at you. Yeah, okay.
Before we cut anything else off, Penelope, could you roll me a nature check?
21.
Are you already out there before they're hacking away, or are you letting Stenley do his thing?
I pretty much, after I grabbed the sword out of Felix's leg, I just kind of walked out. So if that was at the same time as Stenwick, then that works out. But it was pretty much momentarily after I pulled the sword out.
Okay. Yes, you walk up to its hind side. It's still kind of the same as us. The only difference is, do you with that nature roll, Penelope, you know that it has what you could call a cloaca. It's it's just like a general hole that all birds have. Like everything just kind of goes in and out.
Wait a minute here. You said it's pretty much just like all of us, but it has a cloaca.
In terms of it being like on the butt, it's on the butt.
Humanoid.
Yeah, like
Everything goes in and out. Yeah, what do you think a cloaca is?
Well, what you also notice,
What do you do with
not
the
much-
cloacas?
what you also notice is if you dig inside the cloaca,
God.
they also have
another arm.
No, like a stinger, like a bee stinger inside of it.
Oh, it's like a dog dick.
It's
Yeah.
literally the birds and the bees.
It's like everything combined into one.
So you mentioned like a stinger. Like, is it I'm picturing like, I guess I don't really know what I'm picturing. Like, is it like a hard stinger or is it?
It's like
it's a fancy name for a penis.
It's like a Cell's tail from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of solid, but what if you'd like to, you can reach in, you can grab it and yank it out, and you can cut it if you'd like to.
I'm gonna do that.
It's covered in the yellow ooze and all that, but yeah.
I'm reaching in, I'm grabbing, I'm ripping it out, and I'm gonna cut it at the base.
The base.
I want the full length of it.
Baby, you got 15 feet.
I want the full thing of it.
Is this now technically another dildo sword?
I could fashion you a fancy ornate handle for that.
All right, so now that we have that out of the way, what parts did we want to cut off? What other parts do we want to cut off, I should say? Unless that's good enough for King DuPont.
I think just the head.
For King DuPont.
I'm gonna take the head. That's what I've been trying to hack away at. Or what remains of the head since the lens and the eye was taken out.
Oh yeah, we got to hear Felix's idea.
I'm going to fucking put diminution potion on it and see how small it gets. And see if it becomes a manageable size.
How long is that? Is the effect just an hour or is it longer?
1d4 hours. Felix, I'll let you put however much you have on it, and then you just have to roll a 1d4, and that determines how long you have it at this size.
All right, but I can't polymorph it into because it's dead.
Right.
And how small does it become?
I'm going to say you have 4 drops remaining, like total. So it depends on how many of those you want to use. With 1, I would say it drops. Okay. It drops to about like 12 foot. With 2, it drops to 6 foot. With 3, it drops to 3 foot.
I want to get it as small as I can because I have a thought.
Okay, then if you'd like to use the rest of it, you could get it to a foot.
Okay. Well, here's my D4 to determine how long. A fucking 1. So we have an hour that it's going to be small.
I mean, I could always make another potion.
Well, we just need it long enough to get to the cart. So,
or at least back to the trees, and then we can figure something out with it.
Sure. How far are we from the outpost?
That would actually that would get you there. I'd say like a couple minutes before the outpost. But I mean, once you reach there, it's gonna be big again.
Well, how far is it as
right?
the bird flies?
What's that?
How far as the bird flies?
Sure, you could
Good
just.
thinking. That's
If
true.
I turned into an eagle, turned it in, picked it up, carried it away, back to the fucking outpost, and waited for my homies, could I make it before it turns big and plummets me to the earth?
Yeah. What kind of bird?
Oh, a big one, big old eagle boy, a golden eagle.
So, what is that for real?
What?
Golden eagles can fly up to 200 miles an hour?
What?
Probably not carrying stuff though. Is that like their dive speed?
I would hope so.
Because I'm pretty sure
that doesn't.
Eagle just flying normally cannot fly 200 miles per hour.
I Googled how fast do golden eagles fly? 200 miles per hour maximum.
That's like when they say a peregrine falcon is like the fastest bird, which it is, but that's like diving straight down. I'm pretty sure that's not just like its casual flying speed.
Oh no, but anyway, yeah, I'd say you could get there within like 15 minutes, giving you a good 45 or so.
Okay. Well, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Poof. Eagle form. Pick them up. And take off.
Nice.
All right. And the rest of us are heading out then.
Sure.
I can't quite put my finger on that one. I say as Felix disappears above the tree line.
So you never do. You just kind of roll with it.
How do you guys feel about everything that happened here today? I mean, have you
Business as usual.
Ironhammer, you're a man of the faith. And like at this point, I guess we're walking on our way back. How do you reconcile the darker side of the things that you do with your faith? Like, I understand that kid back there had a weapon, and he'd already hurt Felix. I get it, but I don't know. Between that and what had happened,
Did I even see that happen?
yeah, you were standing right there.
Yeah, you all would have been right there.
I mean, it's not the first time, right? That something like this has been
attacked a kid.
No,
I
it
think
just
that- I think that
actually
is
it
the-
isn't. It isn't the first time. I don't know that. I meant responding to a situation with just wanton brutality, I guess.
Wanton brutality.
Wanton, like just
One time.
Wanton?
wanton brutality.
at a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Wanton brutality.
Those cheese-filled bastards.
There's soup dumplings everywhere.
Oh no.
I know he was directing it towards Ironhammer, but I'm just going to kind of say, well, I have, or I should say, other versions of myself have done some pretty grotesque things that you kind of live with. You make amends through what you can, but at the end of the day, you just have to keep going forward.
You do the best you can.
So does that inform later actions that you take, or do you just file this away and continue living on business as usual?
I just continue living on business as usual, keeping the thought in the back of my head of what had happened. But at the end of the day, you have to do what you do to survive.
When you get to be 200 years old, you just got to do the best you can.
The best you can.
Also, he's kind of a maniac.
Yeah, I've gotten that, but he really came in clutch in that fight.
How long has it been?
Just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'd say you've been in the air for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
You can probably see the outpost.
All right. Just let me know when it's been 15.
Okay.
I have nothing else to talk about. I don't. Penelope. Since I guess we were just talking, I didn't get a chance to look at it real good before. But that thing that you're carrying on your side, do you have a name for it? I mean, I have a couple just like back home, and I have them named. But
A couple what?
Yeah, which things are you referring to here? Because
I'm pointing at the.
Dildo sword.
I'm gonna.
Is that too private?
You weren't
No,
expecting that question, were you?
Is that too private of a question? I apologize. It's just we've almost died together, and I've never seen anyone just walking around like just feeling so comfortable with it. It's just interesting.
I think it'd be better if we just pretended it was a normal sword. Like, what are you talking about?
It's just a sword. I'm just gonna walk a little bit ahead.
Arnie actually, he'll look at Penelope and say, I'll go check on him. And speed up and walk next to Stenwick the entire walk back. It has now been 15 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to drop off the astral and turn around and head back towards my party.
We're like in the woods now.
Yep. I'm going to just keep a constant eye. I'm assuming that like there's a defined path, right?
Yeah. They'd be following the stream the whole way. Just a question: where'd you drop the astral off at?
Just like in the middle of on the ground in the middle of the thoroughfare. Holy fucking shit!
So,
Is this like on the ground, not in the outpost?
No, not in the outpost. On the ground.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And how big is this thing right now?
A foot.
Right now, it's about a foot.
Okay.
There's going to be like a bear or something that comes along and eats it. And it's just going to grow back to normal size and it's just going to explode.
We'll see when we come back. Felix, I'll say another 10 minutes at this point, just because they're heading the same direction. You can spot your group. At this point, it's been about 25, 30 minutes if you'd like to join them again.
What I want to do is kind of like joining them. I'm going to like take a bead on Stenwick and then as an eagle, just dive bomb shit and try to fucking splat him right in the chest face area.
Roll me a dexterity.
Come on. This needs to be good. 18, motherfucker.
How far away is Felix from us? Like, how high up in the air is he?
I'm going to say 35 feet.
I got eagle eyes.
And Stenwick, I mean, do you wear a helmet?
I do, but I got some in my mouth. I'm going to look back up. Can I see that it was him who had done this? Or is he gone at this point?
200 miles an hour, baby.
It's just the phantom shit.
Drop my payload and dip like a stealth bomber.
At that speed, it would have dropped you to your knees. just the sheer momentum.
It honestly probably would just give you like a concussion.
What's the consistency we're talking here?
Bird shit.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's not like it's not going to be like Felix shit coming out of a bird. You know what I mean?
No, I'm envisioning just a bird shit.
Sure.
Like a thick, wet, hot, white clump.
I'm just going to clean it off now.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Arnie will hand you a cloth to wipe off. When he sees it for a second, his face like gets a little red. Like, oh, sorry about that.
So, did you do this? Why are you apologizing?
No. We got shitty birds here. They got a lot.
That's disgusting.
Do you want me to wait? Hold on.
Do you want this back?
No. Please keep it. But I have my bow on me. I'm one of the best in the outpost. I mean,
like best shooters?
Yeah. I mean, if you'd like,
I have my crossbow. Do you think you're a better shooter than me? Do you want to find out?
Yeah, we can see. I see the bird. I mean, it's fast, but we could probably hit it.
Fight! You can see the bird.
200
Already
miles
rolled
per
a
hour.
natural 20 on perception. I'm
up at cruising altitude.
Cruising altitude, thousands of miles in the air.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my crossbow out.
Sense.
I'm a bird plane.
You know, actually, Felix gave me this idea earlier. He had mentioned getting a couple shots out of these plasma cannons before I take one of them down to DuPont. What kind of effect do you think this would have on one of those birds? I'm just gonna pull out my crossbow.
Man, I don't know, but I gotta tell you, I could go for some roast chicken right now.
What time is it right now?
It'd be about 3-4 p.m.
Yeah, I could go for that. And I'm just gonna point it out to me.
I shit and ran. I shit, took the left, and I'm headed back to the fucking outpost by now.
Pool.
It's fine. Maybe next time. Or if it comes back.
Well, it was gonna come back, but now that you're gonna fucking murder me.
You don't know that. You didn't hear any of this.
No, I don't. But
Well, hey, I got your back.
I appreciate that. And yeah, we're just gonna walk the rest of the way.
All right, Felix. And you doing anything else, or are you just gonna hang out?
Nope. I'm gonna return to the outpost. Try to beat my compatriots there, and change back into Felix.
Yeah. You can make up to the outpost if you'd like to go into your hut. You'd still have about 10 minutes before they arrive.
No, I'm gonna change back into Felix and be just kind of sitting there waiting for him next to the astral. On the ground. Not in the outpost.
Okay.
Because I know you're just waiting for me to say, oh, I'm going to take it to the outpost. And it's going to turn big and fucking ruin the outpost.
And smash everybody.
No. What I was going to say is you return back to it, but it's not on the ground anymore.
Motherfucker, where is it?
You left a 1 foot tall dead thing on the ground.
Yeah, but the outpost is protected.
Lots of animals in the outpost.
You motherfucker.
Oh no, the Tuggies got it. The whole village just eats bits of it, and then it just grows to normal size in their stomachs, and the whole village just dies.
I'm gonna start looking for the fucking astral.
Roll me a nature check or perception.
23.
Oh boy, what would you know? There's two chunky sized sets of footprints heading up the thicket of vines into the outpost.
I'm going to start tracking the chungies.
You can make it, you make it up to the outpost, and you can see their dirty little feet heading over towards the sleeping huts. In the meantime, the rest of you guys can arrive to the outpost.
Well, I imagine this conversation with Silver isn't going to be easy, so I'd like to get that done and out of the way. I wonder where Felix put that head, by the way. Then we can do a quick cut.
Iron Hammer and
Oh, it is the whole. Is it the whole body?
Yeah, he's the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Fuck! I was thinking it was just the head this whole time. Oh no!
We should probably take a bit of a rest, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to Silver first and maybe take a rest after that. But let's track down Felix first.
That's a fair shout.
Felix, you can, I'm assuming, probably going to throw open the door to the hut.
Yeah.
I lost the body.
And it's empty aside from two of the hammocks swinging above you with two chungies tossing the astral body back and forth.
I'm going to catch the body, but while they're tossing it back and forth, I'm going to flip them off. First, do I recognize these two?
Of course you do.
All right. I'm going to flip them off. I'm going to scream, and point at my chest, point at the astral, point at my chest, and then I'm going to flip them off again, and I'm going to walk out.
They just stare at you in awe. and then they giggle. And you can close the door behind you.
I'm going to close it behind me, and then as quickly as I possibly can, because I know I don't have much time, get out of the outpost.
Yes.
I need to get this thing on the ground as quickly as possible.
And so now the rest of you guys start searching for Felix as he is carrying this 1 foot astral, slowly growing, just shouting, move, 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 move.
What is he doing? You know what? I've learned just to not ask those kinds of questions. I'm just going to watch. What do you do with the body?
I just want to get it to the ground at this point. We have to figure out.
He just hurls it.
I just wanted to not be in the outpost when it becomes 20 feet fucking tall.
Felix, just put it in the cart. That way we don't have to put it in the cart ourselves.
Oh, so you mean so it breaks the cart when it becomes big again?
Oh, it is that big. I'm still thinking it's just the head. Never mind. I didn't say that.
So you can you can drop the also you can just drop it from the outpost. It's not going to do any more damage.
It lands on a chungy at the bottom. Full size.
Lands in the open mouth of a fucking grizzly bear.
It lands on Shfaggy, and he curses you out.
No, that's my homie.
No.
He's smart enough now to know.
Yeah, no, it falls to the ground with a thud, and within a few minutes it'll start growing back to full size again. But at this point, you have not caused any more destruction up at the outpost
Yet. All right. Well, that went about as well as expected. I wouldn't mind resting here before we head back out, but I have a couple things I need to get to first. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Same. I want to collect all the magic items anyone happens to want me to identify. Please. Well, maybe magic items. Give me one of those blowy up belts. I'll identify that as well.
Blowy up dolls?
Belts.
I think...
Man, we're learning a lot about your characters today.
So wait.
Blowy up doll.
Does Penelope have one of those, or does Felix have all of them?
I just need to identify one of them, I think, and then I should know how they all work. Right?
I don't have one on me. I think Felix does, but
You're right. Felix has them. Well,
I have both of the blowy uppy belts.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have both of them.
You give me one of those. I'll identify it.
Okay.
I shall return it to wherever it belongs.
If you want to keep them, as long as homeboy Top Knot gets one, and we should probably give one to DuPont because he wants to investigate things.
I don't trust him with something like this.
It wouldn't fit around his fat ass.
So
Yeah.
why don't you trust DuPont with something like this?
Tubby McLard butt. Sorry, what?
Why don't you trust King DuPont with something like this?
Hey,
You guys have mentioned before that you're not very trustworthy of him. That's what I keep hearing from everyone, but no one's yet to give me a reason as to why.
Because he just seems sketchbally.
You ever
In
look
what
into
way?
his eye? You ever look into his eyes?
He smells like cabbage.
Sure, but we all have some smell. I mean, Felix.
Do I need to say anything else?
He walked away. Seriously, though, why? I don't understand what the apprehension is toward him. He's
Just got a penchant for killing things that I don't approve.
You guys have a penchant for killing things.
I have never killed anything that didn't deserve it.
I'm going to let that one go.
In fact, I tried to save a bunch of it. I tried to save the assholes.
I left. I'm heading toward where I think Silver could be, which is I think the hospital maybe, where Rogers is still staying.
Anyway, identified takes an hour to cast. So Do you want me to take 2 hours to identify both items, or can I blanket identify both with 1 hour, Mr. DM?
We will blanket them both with 1 hour. And we can say it happens. I'll tell you the results after, but it happens while Stenwick and whoever else is talking to Silver and Rogers.
Okay, cool.
So if anybody wants to follow, yes, they are all still inside Gertie's medical hut. And Arnie will join you too.
Cool. I can't believe he would say that, Ironhammer, just that no one they killed, that they've all deserved it. I'm still under the impression that you guys brutally killed all of the tyrants in their base. So I'm going to go in to talk to Silver with my armor and everything still on.
Rogers will be the first to see you. Silver will be sat facing towards him. Gertie stole off with the rest of the intensive care patients. Lieutenant.
Well, I was sorry. Identify takes a minute to cast.
That makes so much more sense.
Oh.
I'm like, an
That'll take
hour?
Yeah.
I thought it was some kind of weird ritual spell or something for you. That
No,
you
just kidding. No, yeah, it's only a minute. Okay, I was wrong. So I'm going to go with you guys to the hut.
When you and Arnie walk in, Rogers will look at you two and Lieutenant, Sergeant, how are you both doing?
Good. We took care of your astral problem. I don't think they're going to be bothering you again. We have the body down below. It was quite a fight.
The body. That
Yes,
that
sir.
must be humongous.
It's massive.
That's what they call me.
What did you just say? That's sexual harassment.
Thank you. I couldn't thank you enough for doing this for us.
Absolutely. It was the least that I could do. You were also accommodating when I first arrived, and despite you having your doubts at first, I like to think that I've since dispelled them.
Of course. Yeah, if there's anything we could offer you, I mean, more gold or
Gold is not necessary, but I think I would like to try to maybe start setting the groundwork for some kind of relationship between the outposts and Cirrus and New Haven. And I kind of enunciate the last part, just trying to get Silver's attention so then he can turn toward me and see me in my armor.
Silver's ear will finally react. You can see it physically twitch as he turns and faces you. He takes a second. His face is a little red. I think I may have embarrassed myself. I and everybody here appreciate what you've done for the outpost.
Did Rogers tell you? At this point, I don't think he would have known because I had the hospital gown on before.
Yes, your trick didn't fool me.
It wasn't an attempted trick. I apologize if it came across as such. I wasn't trying to be deceptive in any way. Just we had bigger fish to fry, so to speak. And now that that's taken care of, I figure we can get to this.
I agree. You report back to your king, and I will see what I can do back on Cirrus.
Understood. Out of curiosity, and I feel like I'm learning a lot more about New Haven than what we were taught growing up. What is the nature of your distrust with where I'm from? What's the cause of it? Why? I was under the impression it was no more than a couple generations old, but recent findings have kind of shaken that belief. So what do you know of where I'm from?
Can you roll me a persuasion?
6.
You have to excuse me, but unfortunately I can't tell you everything. However, what I can say is Cirrus was originally a group that disbanded from New Haven and the surrounding civilization.
Disbanded. For what reason? Do you know? Just they wanted to get away, or?
Yes, wanted to get away, start something new. Our founders, the elders, they did not approve of many of the rules that the rest of humanity had set in terms of exploration, I will say.
Elders like Elder Frederick.
Yes, Elder Frederick. Where did you hear of?
I've picked up a little bit since I've been out here, but not enough to be able to piece anything together, unfortunately. I think it was Rogers, actually, who had mentioned it. If not Rogers, and Arnie here, but
He'll give Rogers a little scowl.
Is it meant to be secret? I apologize if I've caused any problems.
Typically it is. I feel at this point we can trust you, but we intend to keep most of our history a secret.
Okay. Well, I hope that we're able to overcome those barriers at some point, but at some point, if it's with your permission, that I would like to visit Cirrus. I think that ultimately our mission to track down the rest of these astrals will take us through there. And, well, it's not something that I want to do without your blessing. Maybe you can come along with me personally, or send someone, or have someone that I can meet there just to act as an envoy.
Yes, I would like that. If you'd like, you could meet me up once you're there. I'm sure Pom Pom would gladly offer you his, or Mop Mop would offer you his services.
What happened to his voice?
I can't stand the voice. I don't know why I started doing it last episode.
I imagine there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to end up going back to New Haven before I come to Cirrus. Is there anything in particular that you want me to say to those in New Haven, that you want me to tell the king or not tell the king? Or, like I said, I want this to be the start of something great between my community and yours, but I only want to do that if all parties are open with one another.
I will leave that up to you. You have my trust. I feel like it has been long enough.
I appreciate that. Okay. Well, man, I was nervous coming in here. I did not think this was going to go as well. I thank you for your understanding of all of this. And if you don't mind, I think I'm going to relax for a little bit. That fight really took a lot out of us.
Of course. Arnie will look over towards you and say, a rest sounds good to me too. Maybe that chicken later on at Duvin's.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I'm just going to kind of give a quick glance to Rogers and Silver. Do you mind just stepping out quick? And I'm just going to walk outside.
Arnie will stand there stunned for a second. You can hear conversation between him and Gertie. You can't make out what they're saying, but a few minutes later, he will walk outside. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I think she likes you. Gertie. I had asked her about you before. Are you two like an item, or is that what they say? Is that what the kids are saying nowadays? I don't know. I'm not very up with the times.
The kids, I'm like 36. No, Gertie's she's a childhood friend.
You two aren't.
No. That's what I just talked to her about, actually. I was wondering, would you want to do the dinner?
Yeah, how about this?
Yeah.
I owe you a breakfast. So I think we should make a deal. If you cover dinner, I will cover breakfast.
That's a little expensive, don't you think? I mean, you know what? It's on me.
I'm sorry. I thought that sounded like a really good pickup line. I'll like spend the night, like you get dinner, I'll get, anyway, yeah, I'll see you at Dubin's.
He'll give you a smile and nod. All right. Are you just going to the hut then?
Yeah.
Did rest? Okay. So then we got Iron Hammer real quick.
Yes.
For your identify,
Yes.
I will tell you, neither one is magical.
Okay, so I don't figure anything out about them.
You wasted 2 minutes.
Damn it. 1 minute. He let me do it at the same time because I had two hands. One hand on each.
I'll tell you for now. The cloaking vest allows you to cast greater invisibility once per long rest.
Okay.
So it is magical.
It's not.
Just has that effect.
It has that effect.
Okay, so
which
it's
is
the
also
effect of
Was it greater invisibility?
greater invisibility. Yes.
Once per long rest. Got it.
And then the self-destruct, I'll send the specific numbers, but it detonates in 1 minute. Everybody around has to make a dexterity saving throw, or you take 10d10 damage.
holy
Wow.
That's a lot. Good thing we didn't get hit by that.
Yeah. I got a little bit of it on my back, but nothing like that.
Yeah,
Explodey
10.
About 10
That's the potential to fucking wipe someone.
10 seconds.
In addition to that, I will say you do not know how they specifically work. You'd have to take it to some kind of like tinkerer or someone that could figure this out, but it is made of wood and stone.
So we can't really use them yet, but we just sort of vaguely know what they do.
Yes, you know what they do, but you don't know how they work. I mean, there's there is ornate mechanisms around each one, so you'd assume there's something inside, but from sight and touch, you have no idea.
Well, I'm gonna keep the explodey belt because that's pretty cool. Okay.
All right, Penelope, anything you would like to do?
So before everyone kind of parted their ways, I know Stenwick had mentioned about going where he needed to go. Iron Hammer was going to identify Felix. I don't remember what you were going to do.
I haven't decided yet.
I'm just going to kind of say to the guys, I have a really bad headache. Like, I just need to go rest. Like, please don't bother me. Like, no offense to you guys. There's a lot going on right now. I'm gonna go up to like my little hut, and is there? I don't think I have any alcohol, but is there like any alcohol that I can find?
I'll say on your guys' way back from the raucous night, you guys carried a decent number of mugs with ale still full.
So when I get into the hut, I have like just a ringing in my head. Like it's getting louder and louder. And to the point where like I can't hear anything in my head. And I go over and I start pouring some ale to just chug it. And after I do, we'll say just a couple shots, I'm going to look into the ale, and what I notice is my right eye is red. Like the color of my iris is red. And all I hear is, "You enjoyed that killing, didn't you?"
Oh no.
He's back.
No.